Rafael Ruelas, so what do you make of all of these Hall of Fame fighters and legends of yesteryear making a comeback? Are you ready to make yours as well?
Yeah, well, I'm in shape. I've been training for quite a while. Even before Oscar, got his, announcement, I'd already taken the all the exams from the boxing commission. Already passed all of them, so I'm that's done. Yeah, I just my main thing was getting into sparring. For me, a better indicator, is how do I respond, how do I react when I get hit with a good shot. Not what the doctor, I had already taken enough exams with the LAPD, and I went through college and I passed all these, a lot of exams. So I wasn't concerned about that. I'm more concerned physically. But I've done some sparring, I feel good, and I'm in shape, and we'll see what happens. I'm trying to convince Joe to get back on board with me, and yeah, absolutely.
A lot of the former fighters, they're coming up in exhibitions. You're almost 50 years old. Do you think you could still get into the ring and duke it up?
Absolutely. I've already sparred, some young guys, young undefeated fighters. I've done very well. It did not discourage me one bit, sparring with them. I'm hoping to get better sparring. I wouldn't want to do an exhibition. I'm in shape, and I took some time off, but I never abused my body. I always stayed in shape. I did long distance running. I did marathons, runs up in the trails, up in the mountains. Did pretty well. So it's just a matter of hopefully getting Joe on board.
Do you think you would be ready for an Oscar De La Hoya fight?
Yeah, Oscar has moved up in weight quite a bit. My weight, I'm only right now maybe 150, probably 149, 148. So I'd be fighting anywhere from 135 to 145, 148. I've been running, like I said. Right now I'm already in pretty close to fighting condition. Just not enough sparring, and that's why I gotta work on Joe.
What do you like the new trend that yesterday Miguel Cotto, Juan Manuel Marquez, and Evander Holyfield wants to come back now, and Oscar's coming back. Do you think that's good for the sport with all the?
I think that if they take good care of themselves, mentally, physically, and they pass all the exams, why not be given a shot? I mean, they pass the exams that the youngsters are passing. Actually, you know what? When you're over 40, they test you even more. They have what they call the extended, medical package, which I went through that, and it was not a problem at all. I passed like that. It was kind of funny because I think it was easier passing it now than when I was younger, for me at least. So I think it depends on the individual. Really what type of a lifestyle have they lived after retirement. And I can tell you this, I've been clean my whole life. I've sparred, enough, and I can hopefully spar some more. And I'd be ready to jump back in 10-round fights right away.
Do you think the results of a potential De La Hoya fight would be any different than what it was when you first fought him?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Look. Obviously I'm older. I see things differently. I've experienced life. And I see that I completely, went right after him. I should have waited, taken my time. And the other thing is this: my balance is so much better. My legs are so much stronger, even at my age. And that's due to the running. I've been doing more running now than I did when I was boxing, and it makes a big difference for me.
How many miles a day or per workout do you run?
I'm running 5 miles a day. I did 5 miles this morning. Actually last year, from June to the end of the year, I did 1,000 miles. So last year was very rigorous running. But this year I'm only taking lighter. I'm only doing 5. My goal is to do 80 miles, 80 a month. And so far it's good.
If let's say a De La Hoya fight doesn't happen, who would you like to fight in an exhibition?
Honestly, look, anybody that's in the top 10. I've seen the guy that fought Ryan Garcia. I was not impressed. actually was not impressed by Ryan Garcia either. You know, yeah, it was a great body shot. That's cool. But had that guy, jumped on it like he should have, after he got a chance to go back at him, he stayed away from him. I'm really surprised that he didn't finish him. He didn't have that killer instinct, and I think that's missing a lot.
You talk about the top 10. Let me get this straight. Are you considering a professional comeback or?
Absolutely.
Oh, professional.
Well, I've already passed my exams.
Which exams are we talking about?
The California Association.
So you have your license.
Well, they say that what I've been told is this. My name needs to be submitted on the fight card, and then they'll review. I don't know what they need to review. If the doctor has already said you have green light to fight in California, and that's why the doctor from the boxing.
So I assume Tom Brown is working hard finding you an opponent.
Well, I don't know. I gotta work on that. First, my main concern is Joe. If I can get Joe on board, it would be a great team.
Have you had a talk with Joe? Has he given you his honest assessment how he feels about it?
He's not so much for it, but like I told him, Joe, I get it. If I were in his shoes, I probably would say the same thing. But if he's, if he were me, and I'm not crazy, never been, conceited or cocky, and I'm just confident. And I'm confident because I feel well. I've sparred and I've felt well. And like I said, and I see the guys that are fighting now, and I'm not, discouraged by them. I'm actually encouraged by them.
What are you looking to prove in a comeback?
Well, that like I say,
50's the new 40?
What's that? No, look, I would be the oldest, person in boxing to win a world championship. Because if I get into fighting, it's not just to fight and win a fight, it's to win the world title. I think that should be the goal of any fighter that gets into boxing. It's a world title.
So you're looking to break Bernard Hopkins' record?
Yeah, Bernard Hopkins was 46 or 47. Yeah. Absolutely, yes.
How many fights do you think you would need to get into a world title shot?
It all depends on promoter, Tom Brown, Paul Heyman, like I said, look, I say this, I'm in great shape, I'm ready to go. Any opportunity that presents itself, I can jump in and take it. If somebody falls out, would I be ready to? Yeah, absolutely, take it.
So, when you talk about you weigh 150 pounds nearly right now, what would be your comeback weight? What division would you want to fight at?
140. 140. I could go down lower for a big fight.
So you're confident you have the skills and the talent
Absolutely,
to still
doubt.
fight a Jose Ramirez or a Josh Taylor, because they're the two champions right now at 140.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Recently, I was going to be, it didn't happen. But yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I can tell Joe, look, any fighter, appearance, undefeated, not undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in.
How do you feel? How does your family feel about it? You come from a boxing family, so how do they feel about it?
Well, they all, initially they were, skeptical about it, but they've seen me spot, they've seen that I keep going. If that's what you want, then it makes you feel good. And, they're not, cool, go for it, but you're just call.
Would you like to show off the hand speed really quickly?
I'd have to have the. I'm not. With no gloves, no.
Right.
No.
What feels different at this age of your life and career versus what you're doing in your prime?
Well-
When you go through a workout like that?
Well, you know what? I've noticed this. If you pace yourself properly, you can do a lot. I mean, I ran marathons 15, 20 years ago, and each time that I ran a marathon, I improved on my time. Okay? My best time has been 3:35 and some seconds. I know that even at this age, if I train properly for it, I would still improve. And this is because in those marathons that I ran, each time, my very first one was LA, and my goal was to do it in less than 4 hours. I completed it in 3:53, 3 hours and 53 minutes. And that was, and every single time that I ran, I had to stop and walk or stretch. I never once did the marathon non-stop. Now, I know that I can pace myself better, doing the whole marathon without having to stop, without having to massage cramps, and I would improve my time. And that's the same thing with the boxing, you know. I rushed, the times I rushed too much, my legs weren't, you know, as stable as they should have been. They weren't as strong as they should have been. And again, the running wasn't like it is now. Now it's more consistent. But it's not, I'm not pushing as much as I used to, but it's speed.
Would you say at this phase of your life you're somewhat addicted to competition, or that running these marathons is that athletic drive is something that you can't lose?
Well, I think I've always had that, and yes, I don't think that that's something that goes away. You know, and I think that because of, you know, naturally I've taken care of myself, you know, I haven't abused my body, so I do feel that I can compete well, that I can compete even better than before, because, you know, I'm smart, and I'm aware that, you know, back then my balance wasn't the best. My balance, the one thing that I lacked was good balance. My legs were not as stable as they are now, and that would be the biggest difference.